Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Mr. Principal. Tell me a little bit about yourself today. Is this the interview for the math thing? So tell me, what interests you about this job? The salary. Just kidding. I spent many nights at the volunteer center for youth. Ooh, and realized how many kids are stupid when it comes to math. I want to teach them how to count, how to realize shapes, and definitely how to count backwards. Could you explain to me what trigonometry is? It is a branch of mathematics that studies triangles and the relationships between their sides and the angles between those sides. When do you use trigonometry? You use it on a 90-degree triangle if you're trying to find a missing side length or a missing angle. You can examine your 90-degree triangle and look for the sides or angles that are given. And depending on their location, you can decide whether they are opposite or adjacent from the given angle. Then you can decide which trigonometry ratio. What is a trigonometry ratio? A trigonometry ratio is a ratio used to find the missing side lengths or angle. There are three formulas: sine, cosine, and tangent. To remember this, I like to use SOHCAHTOA. When looking for angle, you use the inverse functions of the trigonometry ratio. Could you please summarize the information you have given me today? La 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 la. There once was a triangle who had a friend. His name was SOHCAHTOA. 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 And he was made of three parts. His first part was made of sine. He had an opposite and hypotenuse. You take the opposite over the hypotenuse like a fraction common to subtraction. Then you will find your missing angle like a flying triangle. Then there is a second part which contains Mr. O cosine. Instead of a opposite angle, you have an adjacent angle. Then you put that over the hypotenuse, then you'll find Mrs. Angle. Next, there is O tangent. He is very scary. He takes a lot of steps to complete, but it's okay because you're free to bleep. So here's the steps to complete. Just read below because he sleeps. Now, we are not done. Mr. Tangent isn't complete. Listen below, and here's the steps that we call trigonometry. You take the opposite angle over the adjacent one. Then that's how you find the angle of Mr. Tangent. But you can apply this to side lengths that are found on triangles. Just remember the same steps and you will be a wizard. But on the angle finding, we use inverse functions. But that's all that's really different. And on how we set it, we don't use the angle measurements, we just plug the side lengths in, and then the magic will happen because we are our wizards. Trigonometry is done. I summed it up for you and for fun. Now you must hire me because I'm your son, or my mom will eat you. Oh yeah, she will. Oh yeah. Or my mom will eat you. Yeah, because she's very mean like that. Now, can you please explain the law of cosine? The law of cosine is a very useful tool for solving non-right triangles. The formula is C2 equals A2 plus B2 minus 2AB cosine C, just like Pythagorean theorem but with cosine. Each angle and side length is corresponding, so angle C and side length C's are the same. Question number 1. How long is side C? Finding the side length. We know angle C equals 37 and A equals 8 and B equals 11 degrees. The law of cosine says C2 equals A2 plus B2 minus 2AB cosine C. Put in the values we know. C2 equals A2 plus 11 minus 2x 8 times 11 times cosine 37. Do some calculations, which is C2 equals 64 plus 121 minus 176 times 0.798, which gives us C2 equals 44.44. Take the square root of that, which is C equals square root 44.44 equals 6.67 to 2 decimal places, which is answer is C equals 6.67. We do square root because it's just like Pythagorean theorem, but with cosine instead. We can also use this to find angles, but you can take the standard formula and convert it into angle version, which will make it easier to find the angle. It goes into cosine C equals A2 plus B2 minus C2 over 2AB. Here's the next problem. Example, find angle C using the law of cosines, angle version. We know each angle side, use the law of cosine to find it, which is C equals A2 plus B2 minus C2 divided by 2AB. Plug in the values we know, which is A2 plus 62 minus 72 divided by 2 times 8 times 6, which equals 64 plus 36 minus 49 divided by 96, which equals 51 over 96, which equals 0.53125. C equals cosine negative 1, which is parentheses 0.53125. And your final answer is 57.9. Use negative 1 cosine because it's the inverse because you're trying to find an angle. Higher.